Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Campaign 2, Episode 32, Part 1. We're a little bit behind. My brother visited over the weekend. This usually comes out yesterday, and Talks Machina is coming out today, and that should have came out Saturday? I don't even remember. That's really behind. Either way, we will be caught up by the time Friday's live stream comes. That is also my birthday, if you guys didn't know. October 7th is my birthday. I feel like we're still going to do the live stream. It's not 100% sure. If it isn't Friday, it will be Sunday of the same week. That is what we've been doing. I don't think I've still yet missed a Friday. If anything, we've just split them and did a little on Friday, a little on Sunday. Either way, we'll get it done. But that is why we're behind. We went to the Ren Fair on Sunday. It was to celebrate my birthday, kind of, I guess. He came a week early. I was busy with him for 4 or 5 days. From what I remember, we ended it on us deciding that we should do Ford's journey first. We're going to go towards the Menagerie Coast, Gate in a Gorge, or was it a gorge? I think it was a Gate in a Gorge. We're going to make our way. We're going to try to figure out what the hell's going on with Ford. We had Talks Machina have Matt and Marisha, and they basically talked a lot about Marisha's journey in the last episode because she, in my opinion, had the best arc. I don't know what you'd even call it, whatever. She had the best choices over the 2 weeks. At least the outcomes were the best. She got to do a hell of a lot of training, and Matt, being the great DM that he is, had to be able to respond in general to all these people doing the things they do because he's got to have a hell of a world built for them in order for him to have everything make sense and work. But I mean, I guess he's got the guidelines in front of him. He's got his creative imagination. Let's just jump in. This one is called Beyond the Boundaries, and we're going to start learning about Ford, or at least making our way to people that do. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The list is at the end, dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit them all. Doctor Who, Purse of Interest. We just started Steven Universe, Quantum Leap, all these other shows. Go check it out. If not, Campaign 2, Episode 32, Part 1, Beyond the Boundaries. Oh.
And welcome back.
It sounded like their volume kicked off.
So,
this is also...
last we left off, the Mighty Nine, having completed their journey north and their 2 jobs for the gentleman, return.
That's right, and we're done with the gentleman for now.
A new companion, and the memory of an old. You've spent 2 weeks in Zadash, utilizing your downtime. Some to a very successful level, some at a nearly terribly not successful level, but managing to skirt by. But you've taken your time, decided on a new path, a new adventure ahead of you, loaded up your things, and currently with your cart, horses, and selves together, you begin making your way towards the southern area of Zadash and out towards the roads ahead. So this is your very last chance if there's anything you need to do in the city.
Last chance, all right.
Or forever hold your peace.
I need to pee.
Roll Constitution check.
We want to
Caleb has to
one
pay.
more time. One more time. Just kidding. 21.
21.
No,
Caleb
you
had
can hold
to
it for
pay.
3 more days.
Okay.
But you can hold it for a few more days.
You're just gonna make a sloshing sound when you walk.
Oh, God.
Caleb has to find new garage sales to dive through.
I'm all for that.
As you guys reach the
All right,
southern
so
gates
we're in.
to the exterior,
I wasn't
of
sure if we were
Zadash,
going to have... All right.
with the creaking of chains and the heavy as the large wood barriers slowly drift open to allow you and a few other carts outward onto the main road. You glance out under the southern hills below you in the Marrow Valley, and you can see the faint dusting of distant snow that has begun to melt in the recent warmer days that have come. The roads themselves are slick and heavy with mud from the snow and rainfall that has managed to still seep in.
Is there
You can hear
anybody
the
that
hooves kind of
maintains the roads, or it's just like
making their way through the mud as you
they
push
maintain
past
themselves?
the barrier?
I mean,
The
I
last
would
time
imagine
you were here,
they would get
you recall
destroyed.
seeing the large numbers of military that had gathered, of the righteous brand, of which there are very few left. It looks like most have gone eastward and found their way towards the skirmishes you continue to hear about on the borders of Jorhas and the Ashgard Keep, or the garrison.
I was going to say,
The
I'm like,
gates
that
close
doesn't say
behind
that.
you, and you begin making your way now free again in the Marrow Valley southward towards your destination of the Menagerie Coast. So first off, who is going to be guiding this first leg of the path?
I'm
It is 3
curious
days
to
in
see
travel to
how
Allfield
far
along the
we
road.
get,
So
or
who's
how
gonna be
fast
keeping an
we
eye
move.
out. All right.
We could like immediately get somewhere, or we could spend a whole
Good.
episode
All right.
on like
right.
just
Since
traveling.
we traveled this once before. Did you want to join? Did you want to
No,
do it?
that's fine.
Let me, ladies first.
No,
Okay.
it's all you.
And because I'd glossed over this last session, so Caleb, as you sit there, kind of holding the reins to the horses in front, and you're focusing ahead, your mind slips back into contemplative thought, recalling the time you had spent focusing on the dodecahedron. Remembering when you had spent a bit of time over this 2-week break studying and trying
Yeah.
your best to understand the nature of its enchantment or history. And it's a strange device to behold, for sure. It both seems refined and primal.
face.
You have no idea the source or the length of time that it's existed, or what its true purpose is.
Look at the way Caleb's
But focusing onto it, once again, allowing your consciousness to slip gently towards wherever this object draws it in, it feels like you're looking into infinite space, both within and beyond this small geometric shape. You take a moment to focus. You can sense and see light and cloud and matter and vacuum, this kind of expanse of everything and nothing between these long stretches. And you feel like there's an absence around you, but the more time you spend, the more you adjust to the space, the more your vision clarifies, the more the darkness is not pure darkness, but a weave of millions of tiny threads, all moving, faintly traveling in different directions, tugged by some unseen force independently.
Marisha is like mouthing to
And you
somebody.
watch one thread, you pick one in focus, and you can see it pulling along. And it brightens, and brightens, and brightens, until it reaches in that tiny little infinitesimal push. It's a burst of light, and it changes direction. And you see in that space where that burst of light had happened, you see 7 other shadow threads begin to emerge from that point that then fade away to nothing, the thread having now curved and taken a different path. A choice, a decision made, and a different destiny for whatever that strange thread is following. And pulling back,
What
you now see
the-
the thousands, tens thousands, millions of these that all wander in their own independent, solitary directions, some crossing, some parallel, some alone. You wonder what all this means and what this has to do with the essence of this device, the powers that it seems to impart, and what it is that the Kryn dynasty has designs for. You kind of come back into your
What?
moment on the cart as you're
That could
rocking
be a
back and
whole
forth
lot
down the
of things.
pathway, hearing the hooves on the muddy, now getting drier
We're gonna have to talk
portions
about
of
that.
the roadway. And you kind of glance around at your
On the road again. Travel
and
doesn't
shake
have
your head
to
for a moment
be
and
boring. Have to
focus
boring.
once more on the road before
It's
you.
a good time to remind the party of important events of the past and set up plot points for the adventure.
Mr. Caleb.
Doesn't have to be boring. I wanted to make sure I didn't read it.
Well,
wrong.
what you playing with over
It is
there?
incorrectly
He seems really intent on whatever it was.
written.
Oh, I'm thinking back on it now.
Yeah.
Oh, ask Jester to show you the thingy in her bag. It's. I ignore that.
It's too late. I'm already ready for it. All right.
It's something we picked up the first time we came through Sadesh.
Gotcha. Yeah, Miss Jester?
Yes.
Apparently you picked something up in Zadash. I'm supposed to see the thingy in your bag?
Which thingy?
I don't know. Caleb is being very
There's
shifty
some
about it.
really questionable thingies in here, but you can see them
I'd
if
like
you
to see
want.
any questionable thing you may
Which
have.
thing?
Okay, well, there's that.
What is that?
You don't want to know.
Is that even...
Well, and then there's that thingy. Caleb doesn't know about it, but he will later. And then, oh, were you talking about this? It's this box?
What is this thing?
Okay. Well, inside of it,
It's gone critical.
just open it up and just let your mind go and see what you think.
we've had this thing
meditating
for a
on the box.
while now, and this thing
You focus.
we still
and
haven't really fully understood.
You're
I mean, we're
familiar-
learning even more
An old third
insanity now.
character.
Like, I mean, we're learning things we don't know. What is that even? Learning. I mean, is that learning? You're learning about something.
You have spent a large portion of your life in various states of meditation. The kind of gravitational pull of whatever
Hear the
essence
music?
of this object is.
It kicked in
is
with like
something you're
birds and
familiar with and comfortable letting take over. And with that, your consciousness slips seemingly beyond your physical form and into whatever dark space it seems to have drawn
like
you towards.
if we keep doing this kind of
in
stuff,
this space, you begin to
I don't know.
very quickly pick up on details similar
I'm
to
just
what
hoping
Caleb
that
had
it's
taken
taking
so
us
long
to another
focus on.
realm or
And independently, you begin to pick up the themes and the ideas of
like
what
what
all
if
these
it's
strange
doing
threads
something bad to
seem-
us when we're in this
This place makes me
place?
feel a little uncomfortable.
No. It's
That was a good question. Do you feel uncomfortable? That's what I
feels
was
in a weird
think.
way, like you're.
Isn't it like an ethereal plane or something like that?
I'm just turning it down.
An astral plane, like they were talking about in Calamity. You could go to like the astral plane.
We're role playing, Marisha.
You have been scolded. We are
It
role
doesn't feel
playing.
unnatural. It feels
Very.
It feels
It was
like
done
a
very
view behind
well.
the curtain.
Okay.
Is the best way I can
What if it's
describe
like,
it.
shut up.
But it doesn't bother you. It's a little cold and a little alien.
See, if it
but
doesn't bother you,
doesn't
like I
feel
feel like you'd
unnatural.
get a weird feeling, or you'd be like, I'm a little. We were literally talking
you
about
pull
this
back, you
yesterday
feel
with
something
a
comes back
situation
with
in a house where people
and
just
as you
feel
kind
really
of, your
uneasy in this
consciousness
section of a
refocuses,
house.
there's a slight
where this
shred of kind of
Murder happened.
the
like,
milky
they don't
gray
even know what
energy
happened.
that withdraws itself and then with a warm impact disappears into your chest.
I think I have a passenger. That's interesting.
Did you see the little ball, the little gray ball?
I did.
Wasn't it weird?
It was.
Is he inside of you now?
He is. It is.
Oh, you think it's an it, not a he?
I'm trying to, not make assumptions.
Hurry up and stuff that thing back in a bag.
Oh, that's right. People are looking for it.
Good to know. I'll keep mum's the word.
Yeah, it's nice, right? It's like a little post-coital feeling, kind of.
I wouldn't know, but
Has everybody focused on that thing now?
I have.
I have.
I should do that at some point.
you should probably experience this. It's interesting.
You're not allowed to. Oh, you know.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. I just want to look.
You can't look at it though today
Why not?
because he already has it.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
You have so many balls inside of you already.
It's true.
Really.
Yeah, balls deep.
Yeah, like that's. Balls. Oh my god.
I know. It's so close.
Razor's edge.
Caleb, I'd like you to roll a perception check with advantage with reduced as 8.
Thank you for bringing it back to the material
Yes.
plane.
Welcome back in.
That is pretty good. That's an 18.
18, okay. As you progress for the first couple of days heading south along the road, camping without issue, at the beginning of the third day, when you've begun taking your camp and reassembling it, making your way back to the road,
Point of order, there's also a hut now as part of the nightly routine.
oh, that's right, yeah. Which is still visible, but
Oh, the magic hut. Yeah.
And there
the
has not been
magic
an issue.
hut. I'm thinking of the magic bus.
you do wake up and notice that there have maybe been a few tracks that made their way towards your camp. Appear to be hoof-based in nature, but had wandered and circled around and made their way beyond your location. Probably just something natural in the vicinity that was curious about what the strange dome was in the space where you had made camp. But you gather your things, you make your way onto your cart, and within the better part of the next, the third day's travel, right as the sun begins to set, you can see ahead what looks to be the small tree line that surrounds the now glowing windows of the town of Allfield.
We're already at Allfield. That was interesting what he just said about the dome. Things that naturally were just wondering what this interesting dome was in the middle of nowhere.
Lives.
Snowfall and stuff like that. We will
Does
have
it looking
people
as we
knowing where we
near
are,
it,
even
is
though
it
we're safe
looking
inside.
a
What if
little more
people
put
just
back
like
together?
hang
As you
around
begin to go
outside
closer,
and
you
like
can see,
ambush
well, there's
us
still
and stuff?
light in the,
I feel like
the sky. You can see that there are
I
a
don't know.
number
I feel like we
of
should pitch
building
our hut
structures that have been
in a place where you
reframed,
can't
and it
really
looks like there's both a
detect it's
volunteer
there.
effort as well as a number of hired masons and volunteers that are in the process of rebuilding a lot that had been damaged or burned down when the Knolls had originally assaulted it your last time you were here. By the time you reach the actual
It's been-
streets and
yeah,
making your
my
way
God,
along the
that's been
one
a while
central
since the Knoll
thoroughfare that
attack.
cuts across the center of town, you can see some of the folks who are finishing up their daily work as they're losing light. Some light up torches and continue to work and toil into the early hours of the evening. Others begin to close up, taking their ladders down, finishing for the day's work, and make their way to the local tavern or homestead to make food and
Local
bed
tavern.
down for the evening.
Definitely the local tavern.
But as you pass by, a few folks do kind of notice your presence.
Especially
look over
that
the cart.
world. I do
and
it
recognize you and
nowadays.
just kinda wave
but
in your
especially in
direction.
that world, I would think the only thing worth living for was going to the local
Wave,
tavern.
and they seem almost nervous, excited, but both not quite sure how to act in your presence. You see one familiar halfling who had previously lost his entire inn
Oh shit!
glances over in your direction.
What was his name? Thaddeus Candleglow. Yes,
I'll take her.
It's right there, right there. Right there.
Thaddeus Candleglow. I said we should buy his
Runs up and
place.
you can see
But
there's a lot of
Are we gonna make? We're gonna go back to Trostenwald.
dust
Are
and,
we gonna
and bits
encounter
of wood
Gustav?
splinters kind of
We
on
can
the shoulders and into the
almost
sleeves as the halfling runs up
pay
and
off
glances
his
over and goes,
debt or his. I don't
Well,
know.
I wasn't expecting to see y'all return. Well, I just where things are going along well. We're doing what we can.
How much have
Very
you built
optimistic
back
is
already?
Thaddeus.
Well, we've got the basis of the bottom floor mostly restored structurally. We're going to try and fill in the walls, and then we'll head on to the second floor there. I surmise we probably have another 4 months or so before we're up and operational, but
Not bad though, really.
Really good progress, yeah.
well,
Small
I
town
can
on the
lend that
Amber
to
Road
most of these
between
fine folks
Trostenwald
who've
and
been so
Zadash. The
gracious
Mighty
in
Nine
helping.
saved the
It kind
town
of points
from
to
a
a few
Knoll
other
attack.
people
That
who
is
have
correct.
either left or in the process of
It's
packaging up their
a
tools
field.
and
Where's the
materials
L?
as well. And
We're
they
missing the
kind of
L.
just acknowledge and
Danny.
glance over.
I don't know if that's Danny's job. It might be. I don't know. Oh wait, I'm thinking of
I wish I could give you a room to stay, and
bad.
I'd do it free of charge, but
We don't need it. We have this like magical dome that we sleep in now. It's really cool.
well, well,
You should rent some of those out. I bet people would really like it.
Magic Dome.
Magic domes.
get right on it.
Shift pods.
Shift.
Wasn't going to say it.
Well, anyway, I don't want to take any more of your time. I just saw you coming through, wanted to say thank you.
Hey, Thaddeus.
Yeah,
Is Bryson?
they should be. I haven't seen them around very recently, but if you're gonna find them somewhere, in
I
here, they're
dig we're
probably
seeing friends of old.
probably the broad barn, or
Feed what you need.
Actually, Bryce would be.
Candle glow? No.
No. Candleglow was the inn that he's currently.
There's the Feed and Meat Tavern. There's Broad Barn. There's Crate
Crate.
and Barrel.
Was there an actual?
Bryce would probably be over at the Salt and Trench.
Jail.
Yeah, that's where they've been keeping their attention as of late.
Ah, okay.
Look at you taking notes. I'm so proud.
Yeah, Liam.
No one else on this side of the table is going to take any.
No, I have. They're just
Dick
mostly.
pics all over the place.
That's important too.
It's memory lane. I see. A
We
big
are the
head
creative.
of
I feel
something
like
shaped
right
like
now
a
the
ball.
bottom half
Looks
is
like
the
a poo
creative,
in a
It is.
bathtub.
It's
chaotic side,
But that was
perhaps.
Caleb, I
Even
think.
Mr. Clay, he's not chaotic, but he's very nonchalant, lackadaisical, could give a crap what happens or goes on. And he's a free spirit, to put it like
isn't
the
where
dude.
we left.
The dude,
No, this is not
Jeff
where we left.
Bridges,
Red.
the Big Lebowski.
No, okay, never mind.
But the top level,
make
I
our way
mean,
over there.
Marisha's
That's a good idea.
a loose cannon
So heading over to
sometimes.
the eastern side of
The
town,
Liam
you
and
start
Four- I mean,
finding
together
the edge
she
of
is
the forest
definitely
where the street
more
of Allfield
serious
comes to
one.
an end, and the furthest building towards the forest, you've passed it before, but not spent much time in its proximity, is a dark gray stone building with like kind of dark weathered wood frame set around it, torches set exterior, and it has the simple sign that says the Salt Trench Jail. There is one Crown's Guard who's kind of leaning against the wall. Looks like they're not asleep, but definitely not in full energy per se. Long piece of some sort of a wheat just dangling out of their mouth. They're just kind of chewing. How can I help you?
Hey, we're here to see Bryce.
Let me go see if they're available. I'll be right back.
You look like he didn't even remember us.
I mean, he's new. Yeah, he could be like, you know.
I was gonna say,
be fair,
they're
there's a
whole
easily
bunch of
different
notes for them.
troops.
To be fair, I
Bryce,
don't
they might have a
remember
whole
him.
new group of dudes.
Hey, Caduceus, you should probably be aware we fought off a bunch of gnolls when we were making our way up through here.
We cut off their ears and sold them for money.
What kind
Their
of gnolls
ears?
was? Regular.
Make a nature check.
Thanks for it.
11.
I will sell my own
Yeah, you've
joke.
heard of gnolls. You've never seen one. You've never encountered one. But as far as your knowledge goes, they're just nasty big dog people.
Yeah.
Nasty big dog.
Sometimes
Yeah, I mean,
they are
hey,
regular though.
to a guy like Caduceus,
Irregular
is
gnolls.
probably
But we
exactly
fought
right.
both.
Irregular one.
Harder to fit in
Depends
what
on
we want to
that
do.
fire
Yeah.
that can take.
At this point, the guard comes back, kind of pokes the doorway.
May I ask who's
Mighty
asking?
Nine.
Yeah, the Mighty Nine has come calling.
What we call it? I don't remember.
Actually, that's where you coined the name.
Oh, good.
I was gonna say that is literally good call. That is literally
alright,
where
let me
we
go
first
check.
said it, right?
Heads back in.
I mean, I guess so because he just
About a
confirmed.
moment passes, and you hear some footsteps coming. And
I don't mean to stop on a big part there. Bryce is meeting us for the first time in a long time. I feel like we haven't seen him in at least 10 or 12 episodes. How long ago was that? It's got to be a half a campaign ago because I'm on episode 32. I feel like that was at least a half a campaign ago in my lifetime. I had to stop there only because I already think I'm over time. There's only an hour and 40 minutes, less than that, I think. When you cut out the intro and everything, I think there's like an hour and 35 minutes in the first part before the break. I want to do the full second half in the live stream. So because of that, we only have about 15 to 18 minutes for part 1 and part 2. And then the hour Patreon exclusive, that'll give us our hour and whatever minutes it is. I just know that they're going to probably talk to Bryce for a bit. So being as I don't want to sit there in the middle of a Bryce conversation and cut it off, I figure we will do the Bryce conversation in the hour Patreon exclusive. I feel like we're going to meet other people. I'm trying to think of who else we could run into. Thaddeus was awesome. We ran into him. We talked to him pretty briefly, but I guess he said his part and we really didn't have much else to do. I just like seeing the people. I like knowing how they're doing. I like seeing them. He thanked us. It was nice to have the respect of him realizing that we were very helpful to this town with the Knoll attack. We referenced that. I forgot we had to let Mr. Clay in on it because he wasn't part of it. So to Caduceus, he might be thinking like, why are these people getting praised like this? Obviously, he's got to assume we did something good because they seem like good people and they're townspeople. And we're getting thanked left and right, or at least getting recognized. So now we're on our way to Bryce. We made our way to Allfield really quick. I was wondering that. I was like, are we going to spend an hour or two on the road? It's very possible we could encounter somebody. We could run into somebody on the road that we know or something, or maybe shift gears. But we end up getting to Allfield within the first 10 minutes. We already met Thaddeus. We're on our way to Bryce. We just found out that Bryce is going to walk out and talk to us. We hear him. We know he's there. He is making his way to us now. And I'm jumping in to the Hour Patreon exclusive because I'm going to do it all in one run. I am running behind, so this is going to be done in one sitting. I'm going to do part 1, jump right into the hour long, and then jump right into part 2. And you're going to probably see them a day apart. I'm going to get part 1 out today with the Patreon exclusive hour. Then tomorrow I'll get out part 2, and then we should be back to normal because I'm also posting Talks Machina. Everything should be normal by Friday. And then we'll see about the live stream because of my birthday. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit them all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest. These have the hour Patreon exclusive if you did not know. Other shows too. We just started Steven Universe and dozens of other things. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.